Okay, Buddy Guy licks. Very, very delicious, finger licking good. So let's get right into it. And yeah, pay attention to the right hand, especially on this one. Okay, so let's just go over all the licks I'm going to show you. So this is the first one. And that's great because that's a good starting point. You go. Okay, then we got. All right, that's just a good resting one. We got. Beautiful, right? And we got. Right? And then it goes to the E. And then when you. Then we have a little bonus one at the end, which I'll explain the best time to use it, and that's simply just. Okay? It's that simple. And there's many, many more Buddy Guy licks, but those are just the ones that we're going over today. If you want more, I'll give it to you. All right? All right, so the first one, first things first, you have to have your picking on the bridge to get that. If, it gives it that jangly, primal, raw sound, which, which Buddy Guy is known for. So that's how you get that sound, in case you didn't know. So that's all that is bending. So it sounds like that on the 7th fret of the G, and then going to the 5th fret of the B. So kind of like a Chuck Berry, T-Bone Walker. All right, so you're just going. So pointer finger, and then you want to bar the B and the E string, so you go. So they're both ringing out. Very important, okay, to sound authentic, right? You don't want to go. First of all, that messes up your flow. Second of all, that's not what he's playing. So you want to go. So that's 5 on the B and the E. And check the picking hand. You bend. Downstroke on the first note. Downstroke on the second note. But you do an upstroke on the third note, which is the E. So you can do it really fast. Think about it. If you go all downstrokes, how fast can you play it? So you want to work on that alternate picking. So down, down, up. Okay, so now you have. So now that's a very simple, just off the pentatonic scale. That's 7, 8 on the B to 5 on the B. So, and remember, you pluck up, now you're plucking down on it. Down on the 8 of the B, and then up on the 5th of the B. I know it sounds like a lot, and like a chore, but it'll make everything easier, okay, in the end. So then finally, you just bend. To practice that, you just slide up. You slide up to the 10. This is the Guthrie Govan method. Guthrie Govan. Right? You pick the note you want to slide up to. You play it, and then you try to match it. That's how you can practice that. All right. So all in total. pay attention to the, so I'll talk about the stroke. So down, down, up, down, up, down. So the first ones are down, down, and then it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like it's the same pattern, okay? And that's how you can just play it the most efficiently, okay? And then after you do this, you can play whatever blues licks or whatever you hear in your head after. And if you saw my last video, you'll know how to end your phrases in more unconventional ways. So instead of going, you can go. Okay, so check that out too. All right, so that's the first lick. And the second lick is, see, you got the hard part out of the way. Okay, now this is just really easy. This is just a breather. You just play this, you'll hear it. Okay, this is just one of those things you'll hear, and they're so easy to play, so you'll never forget it once you practice it for like 5 minutes, which is the best part. And that's literally, okay, this is the only challenging part. Just getting the right feel to bend, to bar the G and B string only, and to pre-bend them, okay? So instead of having them sound like this, you're bending up. So now they're sounding when you first play them, which is weird. Most players do not pre-bend, and if they do, it's very rare. But the best players always they do the unconventional things. That's part of why they're the best, okay? Sounds interesting, it feels good, okay? So you're pre-bending, you don't want to go, you can, but you really barely have to bend it up. And you just get the meat of your fingers and just try not to get that E string mixed in there. You can too. You just don't have to play it, but you can. Okay? But his lick is, so it's just, so pre-bend to whatever feels natural, seriously, whatever sounds good to you. You go to the B, and then when you hit the G, that's when you start going down, and then you do it again. So that's when you start going down. Then you do it again. So and then you're back to neutral. You do it again, and then you do so. Right? So get that down twice, and the last phrase is, we're on the 7th fret, by the way. Then the 7th fret of the B to the 5th fret of the G. Okay? And you just repeat it. And you could, if it goes to the D, you can probably keep doing that. Let's try it. Let's see if it sounds good. So this works on the slow blues especially. Yeah, that works. It works. All right, so this one is tricky. All right, so let's play it in an easier key for this. So let's just play it in F, just for this lick, so we can have like this in the middle of the guitar where it's easiest to learn off of. So now we're playing a B flat chord, okay? Change that to Hendrix style, right? With the thumb over it, even though he didn't invent it. Okay? That's just what it's called. Sorry. Okay? Hendrix style bar chord, I guess you could call it. So now you're digging your pick in, and let's just go on the bridge for this one. Pick at the bridge. So instead of going, you're kind of, okay, it's aggressive, okay? So work on that. So you pick everything, and then you let it go. So kind of like reggae. Okay, so now you're going. This is hard. Okay, this is hard, but we're gonna do it. So once you can learn this in this position, this is the same thing. So you're on a B flat, and then you go. And then you do an upstroke on the, let's see what that is, on the 8 of the B. So work on that, and then go. Beautiful, right? If you made the tone a little softer, if you hit the string softer, that would just be the most beautiful thing. But not the way Buddy Guy is playing it. It's disgusting. It's gross, and it's vulgar, and it's just, it's just the best. All right, so he's going. So, and then a hammer on, you just pluck down. You pluck down on the 6th of the E. So, and then you put your finger back on the 8, and then you pull off. You don't pull up like that. You want to pull off. So it's picking. So you're picking it. Because you don't pick like this. You don't pick by going up and down. You pick by going like horizontal, up. Yeah, like up and down like this. You don't pick by... So why would you think you could get a sound doing it like that? You have to pick down. Okay? So, there we go. So, and then you're just going on the 9 of the B. 9 on the B, and then back to the 6 of the E. So, right? And then, right? So that's 9, and then that's 6, okay, on the B. So on the B, and then you just go to the 8 on the G. So 8 on the G, and then back to the 6 on the B. So 9, 6 on the B, then 8, right, and then back to 6. So all together. And then he does this slide, so you want to get your ring finger back on the 9 of the B, and just go wherever you want it, whatever feels good. So okay, well, now I'm in E flat, excuse me, but so whatever, just get this down for the 5 chord. So when it goes to like, see the 5 chord, you're outlining the chord. You're not doing pentatonic and then the 4 chord. So if we're in G, so right? You're following me on this, right? So D, C, G, so D. Same pattern. So where I showed it to you, get that under your fingers, and then you could play it over any major chord, okay? And then we're on the C. And then that's just whatever. That's just a hammer on the, so we're in G now, so. just whatever you want after that. So it could be anything. Whatever you know, okay? So yeah, that's the third lick. It's a little bit of a handful. But hey, that's guitar for you. It's a handful, literally, okay? So now just a really simple trick. And I call it a trick because it's for how cool it sounds, it should not be this easy, okay? So all that is we're in G. Let's move to A. So we're in E. We're in A. So now 7, you're doing 7 on the D, and then you're just going down the pentatonic scale, and then you're going 5 on the G, and then 7 on the G. But every time you're hitting it, you're using your middle finger, and you're barring the 5th on the E. So now you're going. So, see that? Then you go, what I just showed you. And now you're doing a little slide. So you hit the 7 on the G, and once you hit it, you slide a half step. It's that blue note, that bluesy note. Okay, so you're going. You do that twice. Then you just go 7. So you go twice, and then you just go 7 to 5. You just end on that, right? So we're in A, and then if it goes to the, which it almost always does, it goes to the 4 chord, right? So it would be the D. You can do that again. So like. Works great for minor, but it also works for major blues, believe it or not. And you can just feel it, all right? So great. So I taught you a starter, kind of a couple like a filler in here with the, and this was a starter. Remember, have your pick at the bridge, right? And I taught you like a walk through, like a walk to. Okay, and we taught you the. This is more of a filler. And just one more starter. We're in A, but we're going to be playing an A here. So how you do that is you just have to understand that this is the guitar restarting. Okay, so like you know how all the strings are E, A, D, G, B, E, right? All these notes are the same. So A, so E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, so if you go up 1, you're in F, so naturally you'll be in F. You go up 2, you're in F sharp, or G flat, whatever. Then you're in G, A flat, G sharp, and then you're in A, you know, or B double flat, right? I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're here. So, say we're in A, and it's your turn to start a blues. This is the most powerful, just powerful way to start that Buddy Guy would do a lot, especially during his instrumentals. And it's you slide. You slide and you play the major third, okay? Which is literally, let's just count, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The 18th fret of the G string. It would be here if you're playing it in an octave lower. Just the major third is always, if you're playing the pentatonic scale in A, it's in between the 2 notes on the G. It's here. But you're sliding, this is on the 6th fret, but you're sliding all the way to the 18th fret. Okay, and then you're just going. So you're going. You slide, and then you go to the. Okay, let's just count. I believe this is the 17. Yeah, 17 on the B. Okay, and then the 19 on the B, and then you end on the 17 of the A. Of the E. Of the E string. Sorry. It's an A note. Excuse me. And remember your alternate picking. But you don't. I mean, but you don't have to. Whatever. Because it's not so difficult. It just might be a challenge to land it. And you do that. So this is the context. So it's your turn to solo. Someone points at you. You go. And you just wait there and feel the music for a while. And then you just build up and you can put less and less space in between your phrases until you're just going full out. Right? Okay? So, yeah, this was a 21-minute lesson, and this one seemed necessary for it to be that long. So, yep, we're gonna post this, and I hope you buddy guy freaks out there enjoy, and you learn something new, and just understand the importance of the right hand, and understand all the freedom you have once you learn something from another video, from me or anybody else, or from someone you're listening to. You can, once you learn that, you can apply it to a new thing that you learned, you know, and just like keep building. Okay, just keep building. Okay, all right. It's better to build up than to tear down, but sometimes you got to tear down. But let's not even go there. All right, thank you guys for everything, for all the support. Appreciate it. And yeah, see you on the next video. Later.